Hi, everyone. Welcome. Happy Tuesday to all of you. We're talking about yelling, guys. You know how I am about yelling. Not happy about it. And I am on a mission to help 10 million parents stop yelling at their kids because yelling is not the way to communicate. And if that's the way you're talking to your child, you are honestly making a big mistake. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what yelling does, how it affects your child, how it affects you, and how it encourages or discourages cooperation. So, thank you for being here. Hello to everyone joining me. Share this out if you have a friend who is also a yeller or a family member who is also a yeller, because often we come from yellers, which is why we yell. Hopefully, you all can hear me and see me fine. And I'm excited that you're here with me today. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Celia Kibler, and I am a family and relationship empowerment coach. I am here to help you build the best relationship, be it to your spouse, your partner, your family, your relatives, your children, the best relationship that you can make. I am the award-winning author of Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills and Stop Yelling at Your Kids, Make Great Holiday Gifts, comes in Spanish and English. Also, my 3 children's books, Being Different is Fun, All About Me, and I Am Grateful. So you can get those books at celiasbooks.com. What a great holiday gift for parents and kids alike. And you would be spreading peaceful family harmony. Wouldn't that be a nice gift? What if that could be your Christmas gift, your holiday gift, is actual family and harmony and a whole lot less yelling? So let's talk about this yelling thing, friends. If you're on with me live, give me some comment, give me an emoji, something that says, yes, I admit it, I yell at my kids. And I mean to, I love you too. And I mean to say, like, this is like daily yelling or every other day. Hi, CL. I love you too. You're fabulous. We have to talk. Because, sometimes we lose our patience. And for the most part, we try not to yell. And then we lose our patience and we yell. Yes or yes? Yes. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people that actually feel like, oh my gosh, I hate it. I yell way too much at my kids. And when I ask parents that, yes, I know it's hard, but we're going to help you because that's what I'm here for. When I ask parents, why do you yell at your children? I get usually 2 answers, sometimes more, but these 2 are primary. Number 1 is, honestly, I don't know any other way. And that is because they were raised by people that yelled. And that's what we know, generational cycles, all of that. We were yelled at as kids. We bring that yelling into our family and we yell at our kids because we don't know a better way. And that means all you need to do is learn a better way. And I'm going to tell you how you can do that other than listening to me today. The other answer, which is really popular, is, you know what, Celia? I start out really quiet, really calm, use my manners, sometimes smile when I talk, and I ask over and over and over again, my children do not listen until I yell. How many have that issue? Give me some emojis, thumbs up, waves, hearts, whatever, if that is your situation. Your situation is that you ask your kids over and over and they don't move until you yell. You yell at them and then they move. No, after telling yes, and then you lose it. Right. Well, you know what, Shayna? You're not alone. You are not alone in this. The reality is, though, the problem is not the yelling. The problem is that you're asking your child over and over and over again to do something. You don't need to do that. And I know you're saying, okay, tell me how. Tell me how I don't need to do that. A child should listen after the first time they're asked, right? In a perfect world, especially after the second time you ask, right? In a perfect world. What is missing? What is missing is that your children are only taking you seriously once you yell. So let's talk about a child on a video game. Okay, we're playing a video game, la-di-da, we're having a wonderful time, boom, boom, whatever the video game is. And you come up and say, honey, it's time for dinner. Please turn your game off. And they're like, okay, mom, play, 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 play. You come up 5 minutes later, honey, I asked you, please turn your game off. Time for dinner. Okay, mom, just one more second. 5 minutes later, you're back. And now you're screaming and yelling, honey, I asked you to turn your game off. Turn it off. Okay, I'm turning it off. I'm turning it off. You leave. Now you're ready to explode and you're screaming and you rip the console out of the wall and you're done. And your kid now takes you seriously because the other 3 or 4 times you weren't being taken seriously. They knew, because you have actually trained them, that they actually got 20 more minutes of game time, of play time before you got serious. That has to change. How does it change? You have to have a consequence. So instead of waiting till you're screaming and yelling and you're out of control and ripping the game out of the wall, the second time you go up and ask and they're still playing that video game, guess what's great about video game consoles? They're portable. Turn it off yourself. And if you need to remove it, remove it. But turn the game off yourself. Boom. Now they're done. You do that 3 times in a row and they know you're serious and they need to listen the first time. You have to have some kind of consequence. You have to help them realize that you are serious, that you're not going to keep asking until you yell, because once you yell, you're no longer serious. Once you yell, then you're serious and you have to be taken seriously. You're not helping them have 15, 20 more minutes of playing. You have to have certain things in place. The true key to not yelling is not having constant reasons to yell. How do you do that? You have schedules and routines in place. You have proper consequences in place. You're offering your children proper choices so they get a little control over their life. They're not always being bossed around. You have fun in place. You guys are doing fun things together. You're spending one-on-one time with your children. You're actually encouraging them to join you and help out. Like if you're making dinner, you're doing something and they want to help, you're not sending them away. You're like, yeah, come on, give me some hands. Help me cook dinner. I'd love to have you. You are noticing the good they do and letting them know, not just noticing the negative they do. But what you focus on is what grows. Shayna says, what about tantrums thrown after that? Then they throw a tantrum. Here's the thing, Shayna. When you tell them that something's not happening and it doesn't happen and they throw a tantrum, they will eventually learn not to throw tantrums. Tantrums continue because they're getting their way. I throw a tantrum, I get my way. Or mom or dad won't do something because they're now afraid that I'm going to throw a tantrum. Tantrums end when they're not useful anymore. I had a client ask me, okay, so my kid always throws a tantrum when we go into the parking lot. And I think, if you've been on with me before, I've explained this before. Throws a tantrum. She doesn't want to hold my hand. Well, the choice is, do you want to be dead or do you want your children to throw a tantrum? Tantrum's much better than dead. And eventually they learn when they don't have an option for something that is non-negotiable, there's no choice. You have to hold my hand or be carried in a parking lot. Period. There's no option here. If you're not, you will die. I have a 4-year-old. He runs away when it's time to eat, to bathe, to clean up, to bedtime, to brush teeth, etc. My son turns 5 next week. Oh, that's Shayna. That's you. Okay. So here's the thing too, guys. You need to give good choices. When they're in the middle of doing something, say they're playing with their cars, to you, that doesn't seem important. To them, it is important. It's no different than you being on the phone and your child comes and is like, mommy, mommy, mommy. And you're like, I'll get to you when I'm off the phone. I'm on the phone. That is no different than you charging in when they're doing something and going, stop what you're doing, time to go take a bath. It is the same disrespect. If you want to teach your child to be respectful, you must offer respect. Now, a lot of people say, too bad, my kid has to do what I say when I say do it. And if that's what you believe, you will always deal with conflict. If your belief is my way or the highway, you will always deal with conflict. Uh-oh. I just lost my feed. Oh my gosh, guys. I just lost my feed. Hold on. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm live again. And I'm sorry. I lost this feed. I don't know what happened. But my Instagram just quit on me. So if you're on the other live, I think it is quit. And now hopefully you'll join me here. Hi, Samita, Dr. Samita. So sorry. I don't know what happened. It literally just cut out. My son is 8, likes throwing tantrums when things don't go his way. Next thing you want to say something to him, he shouts, leave me alone. Leave him alone. If he's throwing a tantrum, don't talk into the tantrum. Leave him alone. Go let him throw his tantrum. If it's annoying you, put him in his room. Put him somewhere else. Say, if you're going to throw a tantrum, fine, go throw a tantrum. Leave him alone. Don't talk into a tantrum. When a child is having a tantrum, it is going to keep going and keep going and keep going. The more you talk into it. Why? Because their brain is in explosive tantrum mode. And they cannot hear what you're saying to them. It is like sensory overload. Dr. Samita wants to come in. When someone joins, anyone who can see their live video. Doctor, I'm going to try to let you join because I've never done that before. Are you joining? I don't know. Maybe that didn't work. Okay, maybe it didn't work. I don't know. Sorry. Okay, I don't even know how to do that. Sorry. Oh, you are joining. Dr. Sumitra, are you on? I see my screen got small, but I don't see you. Okay. Well, I don't want to I don't know what's going on with this. Okay. Anyway, guys, let me get back to this because I only have so much time because I have a client soon. So, tantrums are explosive sessions. Their brain are in explosion mode. They cannot hear you whispering, okay, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. They don't need that, they can't hear this. So you're only extending the tantrum if you're talking into it. And guys, let me take a break and tell you that I have a new feature for you guys because I get so many questions and I hope you understand. I don't have the time to answer them all. I've created SOS calls. So these are calls that you and I spend an hour privately. They are very low in price, but we can resolve one of the issues you're having in that hour. It is a parenting SOS call. you need help, you're sending me a comment that says, please help me with this, go to talkwithcelia.com. Talkwithcelia.com. Sign up for an SOS call. Let's get it resolved. Okay. It doesn't have to be continuous calls. You don't have to join my programs. You can if you'd like, but at least in that hour, we'll resolve something that's stressing you out. Okay. All right. Parenting SOS calls, talkwithcelia.com. That's my calendar. Okay. Now, and they are not free, but they are greatly reduced in price. I have a lot of clients, so I only have so much time to help everybody, but I will help you as much as possible. So let me tell you what yelling does to a kid. Okay, let's get back to yelling itself. First of all, I've never met any parent that feels good about yelling. All right. Is it in my bio? I think, like, if you go to Celia Kibble, you should see set up a call with me. It's that tree, that link tree feed. It should be there. Yes. And thank you for mentioning that. So here's what yelling does. So if you were yelled at as a child, I am going to guess that you tend to second guess yourself unless you've worked through all this. You second guess yourself. You sometimes call yourself names. You don't talk nicely to yourself. You think maybe I'm just not worth this success and happiness and love thing. You have very low confidence. You have low self-esteem. And you grew up as a kid thinking everything you did was bad, that you did nothing right. That is how kids feel when they are consistently yelled at. They grow up thinking they are a bad kid. They grow up hating themselves. They don't grow up hating you. They grow up hating themselves. My child behaves oppositely at home and outside home, other family members or friends' home. Why? She is so polite, kind, and disciplined at home, but she's less polite outside to others. I honestly don't know without knowing more about the environment that she's in. Okay. I will, as long as this live does not quit on me like when I started, I won't be able to say that one clearly. As long as it doesn't quit again, I don't know why the other one quit. I will absolutely save it. It depends on the environment. Like sometimes a school environment, is more difficult and a child has difficulty in that kind of environment. It depends totally on what the other environments are. If they are cooperative in your home and kind and respectful, they use their manners, they help out, they should be like that in other environments. There's not really a reason unless they're with somebody who's more aggressive towards them or bullying them or something like that. So it has a lot to do with the environment, dependent on how the child is acting. Okay. All right. So back to yelling at your child. Now your child is not listening to you because they want to. They're not listening to you because they respect you. They're listening to you because they're afraid of you. They're afraid of what is coming next. Hi, Matthew. How are you? Thank you. Increasing volume, tone, and hate in our speech increases volume, tone, and hate in our child's speech. Yes, they learn when people do not obey me. Yelling is a solution. Yes, they learn that. Exactly, Matthew. You're so right. They learn everything you do, not necessarily what you say, what you do. So if you are disappointed, to Matt's point, if you are disappointed in something your child does and you yell and scream at them and even hit them, you're having a tantrum. That is a tantrum. No different than when they have a tantrum. So now they are learning when I get disappointed, I yell and scream and hit. Why? I had a perfect role model for that. You are your child's role model. Whatever you do, you give your child permission to do, whether it's good or not so good. If you spank your child because they hit someone, you just hit them. You now just gave them permission to hit. You didn't resolve hitting. You gave them permission to hit. Thank you, Dr. Samita. I'm glad you understand what I was saying. You give them permission to do everything you do. If you think about, what do I want my child to be when they grow up? Do I want them to have calm communication? Do I want them to be kind, respectful, thoughtful, compassionate? If you want your child to be all those things, you have to be those things. You need to be respectful, kind, compassionate, thoughtful. Children do deserve our respect. They have small, underdeveloped brains. The human brain doesn't develop till we're 25 years old. And if you're listening to me right now and you're less than 25, guess what? You don't have a fully developed brain. If your answer to your kids is screaming and yelling, you are teaching them to throw tantrums because that's what you are doing. Your example is their lesson. Let me repeat that. Your example is their lesson. Whatever you're doing, you are being a teacher to them to then do. Think about that. Think about what you do. And if you don't know a better way, guys, you got to learn it. Right now, you got myquityelling.com, my 21 days to stop yelling program is super low priced. I've got to make things affordable to reach 10 million parents. So I did. If you go to quityelling.com, sign up for the 21-day Stop Yelling Challenge. Oh my gosh, what is going on? You will stop yelling in 21 days. Okay, I just lost feed again to Instagram. I don't know what is going on. What I do know is I keep losing feed to Instagram. So, guys, I'm going to get going because I actually have a client soon. I'm not going to start up my Instagram again, just post something about apologies. All of you here on LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube, I thank you for watching. I hope this helped. Reach out if you need to stop yelling, and you know you do. Telling you guys, for $37, what better thing can you get yourself for the holidays and your family for the holidays for the low price of $37 than some peace and harmony? What's better? More laughter, less yelling, more listening, less negotiating, more cooperation, less chaos. Do it. Quityelling.com. It's the logical fallacy. My parents whipped me and see how I turned out. Right. The rationale of every factor of yelling, spanking parents who make a new generation. Absolutely. Exactly. Who is going to end these generational cycles of dysfunction and abuse if you don't? Hitting is never appropriate. I've had people ask me, when is it appropriate time to hit? Never. When is it appropriate for me to hit you or your spouse to hit you or someone on the street to hit you? It's never appropriate. It is not appropriate to hit a child. Okay, guys, I really got to run. I have a client in a few minutes. I thank you for being here. Matt, thank you. We have to connect. You know we do. I appreciate all your sponsorship, all your support. You are always a blessing, and I'm grateful for you being here and helping with the Day of Calm. And guys, if you want to also be a sponsor or an ambassador or a helper in some way of bringing more calm to the world, please go to dayofcalm.org and support our mission to really start soothing the anger and the rage in society so that we can really bring about world peace. Who doesn't want world peace? You heard it in all the beauty pageants. We want world peace, but we're not going to get it screaming and yelling and raising another generation of adults that are filled with anger and rage. Let's work together to do this. We can do this. One person can make a difference. But imagine what all of us one persons can do working together. Go to dayofcalm.org and I'll see you in my next live. And hopefully I can get Instagram to work much better. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for being on with me. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you all. Oh, and as always, I forgot to wish you peace, love, tons of laughter. I'll see you all next time, Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time and around the web. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you so much, Matt.